Topic 2.2. More points, lines, and planes. A point. An exact location in space with an indefinite shape and size. To sketch it, remember a point is just noted with a capital letter, and making sure how we name it is capital. A line, an object with no thickness that extends indefinitely in two directions. Okay, remember also when you sketch this, it's shown with arrows along with the points. L, N could be an example, or you could name it, usually just lowercase cursive, with the line L. When you name it, make sure you put the arrows above it. This could be L, N. If there was a point in the middle, like an M, you could also name it with the line that's going to continue on forever, L, N, either one. And then also line L. A line segment. Part of a line that consists of 2 points called endpoints and all the points in between. Part of a line that consists of 2 points called endpoints and all the points in between. So again, there's no arrows, it's just a point, R, T. You don't have to actually draw the circles, just a line with an RT, no arrows. Had you had a point in the middle, it still can be line segment RT or TR if you're wanting the whole thing, even if a point would be in the middle. Uppercase letters are always used for this, for endpoints. Okay, array, a part of a line that consists of one endpoint and extends infinitely in one direction. Okay, the important thing here is you have a point and an arrow. You can have as many points on the line, but when you're naming an array, let's say Q, R, S, the important thing here is this ray could be Q, R, you could stop there, but show it with one arrow going that direction, or it could be QS with an arrow, noting that you had to always start with the endpoint Q. That's the important thing here, is that this is always the endpoint. So this ray cannot be named RQ or SQ. Opposite rays. In one direction, two rays that share the same endpoint but extend infinitely in opposite directions. So in one direction, that's the keynote here, we have two rays that share the same endpoint Alright, so this one can have arrows going both ways with a point in the middle. Name that Y, X, and Z. But notice if we're going to use an endpoint that are opposite rays, you have to start with a Y and go this direction. Still your endpoint is Y, or leaving Y as the endpoint going the opposite direction, which being Z. So the symbol doesn't change. It's still a ray symbol with an arrow with one arrow on it. Okay, let's look at an example. Here's a plane. The plane is plane R. Could be named that way. So the things that we know from the picture is that this is several things. We can talk about things that intersect, things that are coplanar, collinear. So let's take a look at that. If we were going to ask for coplanar, again, remember you have to use 3 points. So we can say that X, B, and Y are coplanar. Notice again, you have to use 3 points that are on this shaded region. It's the plane itself. Collinear, remember you've got to look at a line when it says collinear, so we can name those points. A, B, and C are collinear. We can talk about where something intersects. R and line AC, I can show with the symbol on top, intersect. Where do they intersect at? They intersect at point B. So notice how the dotted line represents a line. It would be like poking a hole through this plane and then going straight up. So the dotted line is underneath the plane. We can name some opposite rays. The opposite rays could be BC, and remember again, start with the B, BA, and those are opposite rays. And the last thing, what line is contained inside the plane? If you wanted to look at something that would actually create a line that's not here, we could either go BX or BY, call it a line, so it's going to have 2 arrows, and say it is contained in R. You can actually even say it's contained in plane R. And that's topic 2 too.